Okay, so in Word, you can do so many things. Wow, you can actually do calculations in Word. You can create all sorts of things in your charts. You can do basically anything you do in Excel. You can also do in Word. I think it is just going to take a little bit longer. For me, I prefer Excel when it comes to calculations, but obviously, for documents and things like that, this is still my preferred choice. Okay, now I'm going to read this to you. It says, as office manager for a fitness club, you send membership renewal letters to members. One letter you prepare is shown below. Okay, so you are going to write an official letter, and this letter has a letterhead that you are going to create from scratch, and you're going to use shapes, and you're going to use borders and things like that, but you are going to see what I mean by all of that. Okay, so we are going to start with our instructions, and as I go along, I will obviously say a few extra things. If you remember correctly, on Wednesday last week, was it Wednesday, we did Puppy for Sale, which was that puppy that we created an advertisement basically. And we might do that again in the exam or just before the exam. I'm going to show you guys if I want to ask you something like a flyer or something. We might do something like that again. But anyway, for today, let's focus on our letter. This is obviously our last official lesson that I will give you. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I will use for revision. I will use for talking to you about grades. I will talk to you about stuff that is outstanding. I will use those lessons for whatever. Okay, and I will also give you a word test, which is basically going to be next Tuesday probably, because Wednesday is DP, and by then I obviously need to submit your grades. Okay, so before we start, I want us to create or insert a theme. And I'm not always sure if we have it, but today we have it. And I want us to insert the retrospect theme. So I'm selecting that. I didn't change anything in the line spacing. I want to see what they say. And this is obviously an American textbook, so things might change. They might use different settings than what we would use here in South Africa, but we'll see how it goes. But nonetheless, let me just switch on my little light over here. Nonetheless, um, we will see how it progresses. Okay, first of all, the theme was changed. Now we're going to create the letterhead shown at the top of the other page. Okay, so step A, insert the snip same side corner rectangle shape. Okay, so that is quite a long name for one thing. Snip, same, side, corner, rectangle. 5 words that you're looking for. So you are going to click on insert, and then you're going to click on shapes, because it does give you that hint that you're looking for a shape. Now, here you have all the rectangles, because they do say rectangle shape, and they're looking for same side snip. Okay. Now I can tell you that it's going to be one with 2 sides looking different than the other 2 sides, because a rectangle has 4 sides. So when I put my mouse on there, you will see the little screen tip appear, and the screen tip says round, same side, corner, rectangle. So you know that that is the one they want, and you're going to click on it. Okay. When we draw a shape, you will see I've got the plus sign on my screen now. When we draw a shape, we usually hold in shift to bring it perfectly into balance, but that is more for squares. I'm going to show you what I mean. So I'm going to just draw myself a shape here, and I'm now going to press shift, and you will see it's going to make it a square. Okay, letting go of shift, and you will see it jumps back to a rectangle. So when you don't want a perfect shape, of course, don't hold in shift. It doesn't matter what size you make it at the moment, because you are going to still choose or change the size. It's one of the instructions. So I'm just going to let go, and there I have my same snip corner. Okay, as you can see, this corner is rounded, this corner is rounded, so it looks quite nice. Okay, now they say at an approximate height of 0.56 inches and width of 5.5 inches. So there they give you the shape. You are not able to just draw a shape like that unless you insert it with that sizes. But we can just change the size of this rectangle by using our size box, what we always use. So select it or make sure it is still selected. And then on the top one, and they are saying the top one should be 0.56 inches. So I'm going to say 0, I think mine uses comma, 56, and then I press inch. And just remember that even though I enter it as inch, it doesn't stay inch. When I press enter, it's going to change back to centimeters. And 0.56 inches equals 1.42 centimeters. And I didn't calculate that. The program calculated it for me. How long should this thing be? 5.5 inches. So once again, I'm using my keyboard and I'm entering 5.5 inches. Once again, you will know what your keyboard is able to do. If it's a point, if it's a comma, mine is using comma. Okay, so you can see 5.5 inches equals 13.97 centimeters. Change the position of the shape to position in top center with square text wrapping. Okay. It sounds like a lot, but there are two things here that you have to do. Here you can see position, here you can see text wrapping. So when you click on position, you are looking for top center, and if you hold your mouse on this one, it says top center. Okay? What else? Top center with square text wrapping. So that is the one that you are selecting. Change the text wrapping for the shape to top and bottom. So next to that, you can also choose the text wrapping here, and they want us to select top and bottom. So you just choose next to this one, position, and next to that, how do you want to wrap your text? At the company name, Bugsby's Fitness Club, so we're going to add that to the shape. Okay, you don't even have to make sure there's a cursor inside because it's going to start typing anyway if your shape is selected. If your shape is not selected, select it now. Otherwise, you won't be able to type in it. So we just start typing. Bug. I think there's an S. No, there's no. Bugbees. So it's not Bugsby's. Bugby's Fitness Club. Okay, so that is our title, or that is the company name. Format the shape and its text as indicated in the figure. Now I'm going back to the PDF that you also have there in Google Classroom. And I'm looking there and they want this to be 28. So I'm selecting the name and I'm changing the font size to 28. What else? Copper plate Gothic. So here in the C area, I'm going to type copper. As you can see, when you start typing COPP, it comes up copper plate Gothic. So I'm just going to press enter, and then it changes the font to copper plate Gothic. Bold. So click on bold. And all of this you do while it is selected. Then you don't have to select. No. I used to have a student who would click out of everything every time he did something. That is not necessary. Finish your instruction first and then click wherever you need to. Centered. Okay, it is centered at the moment. And the color is brown accent 3 darker 50%. Once again, that color should be here because we chose the right theme. We chose retrospect, so the color should be there. And we are looking for brown. Is this brown? That is brown. That is accent 3. Now I'm looking for darker 50%. That is lighter, darker. And here we go, darker. So this one here is the right one to choose. Always read the screen tip. The screen tip will give you the exact color. Okay? you guys in the exam, oh, sorry. Oh, that is why you email your stuff to me. It is so that we can, it is so that I can also click on there and see what's going on. Okay, next one. Let's continue. So I looked at the shape. Now let's go to B. Insert the dot symbols as shown in the contact information. Okay, now we're going to add here below the shape. Okay, as you can see, my cursor is blinking over here. So this is now where I'm going to add the address. So I'm going to start typing it, 35 Lake Street, comma, DEO Donner, that is a city or something in America, Ohio, 44772. Now it's the dot symbol. So you just press a space, otherwise the dot is going to connect with the 2. So you made your space. Now you're just going to click on Insert Symbol, and we're going to look for that dot now. Okay. Here on my screen, these are the symbols I use a lot, so they will be over here. So I'm just going to click on More Symbols, and I'm wondering where we will find the dot today. It is usually wingdings, wingdings or webdings. Okay, so let's start with, I wonder if they give you the place to find it. They just said insert. I'm just going to read the dot symbol. Okay, so no, they don't give you the name of where you should search. So I'm going to start with webdings. Okay, scrolling down. And I'm looking for the dot. It wasn't in webdings. So now we'll go to wingdings. And I'll just start at the top. So I'm just pulling my scroll button up or my bar up. And now I'm scrolling down. There's a store. It's not a... There we go. Okay. So this is the dot symbol. This is the larger one. And this is the smaller one. I don't think it's the smaller one they want. So let's go with the darker one. So I'm telling you guys to go to Wingdings and you will find it over here. Okay, now I'm clicking on Insert and I'm clicking on Close and I'm making a space. Otherwise, everything is going to connect. You don't want that. Now I'm typing phone colon 677 555 9023 space again. Now I'm looking for a symbol, and now if I click on symbol, the symbol I used last will be here, which is the one that I want, the dot. So I'm just choosing it again, making a space, writing email colon info@bugby.com space. The minute you press space, it's going to change your email address to a hyperlink, and you will see that they say something about that. Let's read what they say. Remove the hyperlink from the email address. That is actually quite easy to do. You simply right click on your email address and then you just say remove hyperlink, and that will remove your hyperlink. Just keep in mind, if you should, for some unknown reason, get back to the email and press enter again, the email will be a link again. Okay, but then you just remove it again. Okay. They want us to put this centered, so they say remove the hyperlink format from the email address. Insert the symbols, remove the hyperlink. If necessary, clear the formatting after entering the bottom border. Guys, so this is just something I want to center. There we go. And now I want to insert the bottom border. So if you look over here, this is our borders. So you can just select on this little arrow, and there you will see, oh, sorry, bottom border is something in my throat. I just want to show you that you're not going to use this very thick line. So you're going to go to borders and shading here at the bottom, and here you can just choose the very thin line, which is at this point, quarter point. Okay, so this is selected, borders. Okay, it's a straight line border, and just choose the width to be quite small. And I guess I was supposed to, there we go, click it again, and there it is. All right. Now we have created our our letterhead. Okay, so I'm gonna click here to get out of it. Okay, save the letterhead with the name 3.1 Fitness Club. Okay, I'm not saving now, but I will save when I'm done. And then we are going to create the letter. Now the rest of this letter is actually just a regular letter that you type. For example, if you look at the at the PDF, you'll see the date is on the right hand side. I want to do the date on the left because in South Africa we do it on the left. So even though it says right, I'm going to do left. So I'm going to say September 9, and as you can see, this is 2014. Press enter. Okay, and then here we go to write the letter. Mr. Timo Perez. Okay, not writing the letter because I'm sure all of you can type. Now I'm just going to pretend that I wrote everything I wanted to write, and I'm going to get to the bullets, because if you look on the PDF you will see there are some bullets that we are going to insert. So when you insert a bullet, you first need to see what kind of bullet, because if you go here to the top you will see you get many different kinds. You get the open circle, you get the black one, you get the square, you get all sorts of ones. This one that they are using is the regular one. So I'm just going to choose the regular one. And then, of course, you start typing. And I'm sure you all know how to use a bullet. I'm not typing it out because that would be unnecessary. I'm sure you guys don't want to see me typing on the screen. Okay, when you're done with bullets, you can just backspace when it creates the next bullet, and then you are out of bullets. There is something that I just want to show you here and there. There's something that they call apply the no spacing quick style. Here you can see is also a lot of styles. Again, if you click on this list arrow, you will see that you can use the normal style, no spacing style, things like that. Now, all of these styles are what you call quick styles. So if they want us to choose the no spacing quick style, then it would be this one. Okay. Set a left aligned tab at 3.5 inches. Okay, if you set tabs, you will see each one of these ones have a name. If you just hold your mouse on it, it says first line indent, hanging indent, left indent. So this one is the one that you obviously need to change. Now our tabs are at centimeters. So if they say 3.5 inches, you have to work out how many that is. How do you work it out? 3.5 times 2.5. Okay, so let's say, for example, I use my 3.5. That is about 6 or so, almost 8. So that you will basically drag this one all the way here, and that means this is where they wanted you to do the date. Okay, I'm just going to say undo. Let's say, for example, I'm going to do the date. They want me to do the date. So I will just drag the left indent up to the point where they wanted it. So this is where they really wanted it. You just need to determine how many centimeters, or 3.5 inches. Okay. All right. When you say non-breaking hyphens, okay, in the phone number, it just means that the phone number shouldn't go over to the next side. Okay, so make sure that the phone number doesn't go over to the next line if you add a phone number at the end. I want to show you something that comes up in one of the homework assignments. It's not in this specific one, but it is if you want to insert a little picture on the side, let's say, of this header. So I'm going to use pictures over here, or online pictures rather, which is basically clip art. So I'm going to just go ahead and insert something like a rugby ball or something, just to give you an idea. So I'm going to just insert a rugby ball. Okay. Now we have done this quite a lot when we did PowerPoint. So I'm just going to select only clip art images. And I would like to just insert a ball. Let's say, for example, oh, there's a lot of footballs though. Here we have a rugby ball, but I'm going to insert a football because it's going to work nice with the color scheme. Okay, so I'm going to insert the ball. Okay, the ball will be inserted where my cursor is, so I'm going to just drag it away. So when the picture is inserted, just say wrap text tight, and that will allow you to position this picture basically anywhere. Okay. Now let's say, for example, I instructed you to insert a specific picture from clip art, but I want this image to be on this side and this side, but I want it to be a flip side image or a mirror image of each other. So let's say I'm taking this ball. I'm turning this ball. Maybe I will turn it like this, or maybe more a little bit like this. And then I want to insert this ball on the side of my header over here. Okay. So all you do is you simply take the ball. Okay. Let me make it a bit smaller. Okay. Take my ball and I'm going to put my ball over here. Okay. It's not a great ball. Okay. It doesn't look great, but I just want to show you how it works. So I'm putting my ball over here. Now I'm going to say copy and paste. Okay. I'm taking this ball to the other side, but I want to flip it. So how do I flip it? Well, there are other ways you can flip it. You can actually click on it, and over here somewhere, I think you can flip it with a button, but I'm just going to flip it with my mouse. So all you do is you take it, you click on this bullet, and you just flip it like this. Okay, now the picture is facing the other way, like that. Or you can just flip it back like this, depending on what you want to do. Let's say I want this ball to look that way so that it looks like it's holding the border or something like that. Then that is how I will do it. So it's the same picture, but they are looking like a pyramid, or they're looking like they're pointing up and up. Okay. Obviously, if you do something like this, you have to use the sizing buttons to get these images exactly the same size. So I'm just going to, let's say, copy this image for myself here. So if I'm going to resize it, let's say I'm going to say 3. That's too big. 1. Okay, there's a 1 centimeter image. So what you can do is you can just say copy, paste. Now I have 2 of them, and you can actually just flip the one. Okay, and if you want to make sure it is still the right size, just size it again, and there you go. So that is how you will insert a clipboard image inside a border or inside a header and make it look like a nice professional header. Okay, do you guys have any questions about this specific thing? I'm just gonna stop sharing over here, stop recording.